You have a choice today, not tomorrow, not next week, today. You can continue dragging around the weaker version of yourself, the one built on excuses, fear, and hesitation. Or you can bury it. You can kill it, because if you don't, it will keep killing your potential. That weak version has stolen enough time, enough joy, enough greatness from you. It doesn't deserve another breath. There is power in decision. And this is your moment to decide. This isn't about hype or noise. This is about truth. The truth that who you are right now is not the final version. You're a work in progress, and progress requires pain. Evolution demands elimination. You must leave behind who you were to become who you were meant to be. Comfort is a cage. It may look cozy, even familiar. But inside that comfort is death. The slow death of your ambition, your fire, your will. The weaker self thrives in comfort. It tells you you've done enough, that you should rest, that you shouldn't dare too much. But greatness is never born in comfort. It is forged in the furnace of discomfort, of action, of pushing past limits you once accepted as permanent. You were not created to live small. You were not designed to merely survive. You were born to build, to break through, to become. But you cannot become while clinging to who you were. Kill the version of you that seeks permission. Kill the version that plays it safe. Kill the voice that whispers doubt when your spirit screams destiny. Excuses are elegant lies. They wear suits and speak with calm logic. But do not be fooled. Every excuse is a chain around your future. I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't have time, I don't have support. These are myths. Myths that weak men build their lives upon. But you are not weak. Not anymore. From this moment forward, action becomes your language, not just talk, not just plans. Execution. You move when afraid. You act when unsure. You speak when your voice trembles. Because each moment of action is a nail in the coffin of your weaker self. You will be misunderstood, judged, mocked. So what? You do not need applause, you need results. And results come from relentless execution, not perfection, not permission, but bold, consistent, uncomfortable action. The kind that rewrites destinies. There will be pain. Count on it. Welcome it. Because pain is not the enemy. It is the ally of growth. It is the trainer that builds your mental muscle. It is the scalpel that cuts away the excess, the soft, the scared. Embrace it. Train with it. Become stronger because of it. You want confidence? Earn it. Through promises kept, reps repeated, integrity honored. Confidence isn't inherited, it is constructed. Brick by brick, choice by choice. The man you become is hidden in the decisions you make when no one is watching. Discipline must be your religion. Not when it's convenient, not when you're in the mood, every day, without fail. Because the future does not respond to emotion, it answers to consistency. And consistency is what murders mediocrity. You must become your own leader. Fire the old management in your mind, fear, doubt, laziness. Replace them with vision, grit, and courage. Reprogram the software that runs your decisions. Your thoughts are not truth until you make them so. Choose them wisely, guard them fiercely, cultivate them intentionally. Your identity is a decision, not something to find, something to forge. Each action, each habit, each risk taken in faith becomes a brick in the new identity you are constructing. Live today like the man you intend to become, and you will become him. Let the old you die. Let the excuses rot. Let the fear fade. Today is not the end. It is the beginning of the real you, strong, focused, disciplined, dangerous. The world has enough weak men. It needs you at your strongest. So go, build your legacy, speak your truth, walk your path, and never again carry the weight of the weak version of yourself. But what does it mean to truly live? It means no longer settling for days that pass without intention. It means no longer waking up without fire in your belly and purpose in your soul. To live is not to exist. It is to advance, to shape, to stretch. You must now move as a man possessed, not by fear, but by a vision so clear that it drowns out all noise. Living means each breath you take is linked to a mission, No more drifting, no more hoping. You are now a weapon sharpened by vision and unleashed by discipline. And every day you walk this earth, you are either building that weapon or letting it dull. Choose wisely. Do not return to the habits that served your weakness. Kill them too. Kill the comfort-first mindset. Kill the victim language. Kill the morning snoozes, the wasted hours, the passive scrolling. Replace them with clarity, with urgency, with routines that sculpt your power rather than steal it. And yes, there will be days you don't feel strong. That's when you remember the strong don't always feel strong. They simply act despite how they feel. That's real strength, not muscle, not noise, but silent self-command. The kind that wakes up and shows up, whether it's convenient or not. And what happens when you live like this? The world begins to shift. You start attracting different conversations, different people. Opportunities come not because you chase them, but because you became the kind of man who commands them. You don't knock on doors. You build the house others want to enter. Your energy changes. Your standards rise. The nonsense you once tolerated now offends you. Not because you're better than others, but because you're no longer willing to be less than who you truly are. You walk taller, speak clearer, think sharper. People notice, but more importantly, you notice. You start to respect the man in the mirror, not because he's perfect, but because he's disciplined. You are now your own role model. That is power. That is living. But this path is not for the fragile. This is not a path of ease. It's a path of honor. And honor means you keep your word to yourself, not just in public, especially in private. The real test is not what you do when people are watching. It's what you do when no one sees, when no one claps, when no one cares. That's where the winners are separated. That's where the real battles are fought. Not in stadiums, but in silence, in early mornings, in late nights, in the spaces where excuses try to whisper, and you reply, "Not today, not ever." Because this is who you are now. You are no longer negotiating with fear. You are no longer living on borrowed time, hoping life gives you a second chance. You've taken your chance. You've declared war on mediocrity. And in this war, there is no retreat, only growth. So let your actions speak the truth of your rebirth. Let your habits carve the story of your rise. Let your words, your posture, your execution reflect the decision you made the moment the weak version of you died. Because from this point on, every excuse you destroy, every fear you face, every goal you attack is a nail in the coffin of who you used to be and a seed for who you're becoming. You've only just begun to live, and the world has no idea what's coming. But they will. Because now you are undeniable. Undeniable not because you speak the loudest, but because your actions roar. Undeniable not because you have all the answers, but because you keep showing up relentlessly without fail. Your presence commands attention, not through arrogance, but through alignment. Every breath you take now has purpose. Every step is calculated. Every setback is fuel. You have stepped into a version of yourself that doesn't flinch when the pressure rises. You don't shrink in the presence of adversity. You expand. When others run, you remain. When others wait, you move. When others hope, you build. That is what makes you different. That is what makes you dangerous. And make no mistake, your new life will cost you your old one. Friends may distance themselves. Comforts may vanish. Familiar patterns may resist. Let them go. You are not walking backward. You are marching into uncharted territory. And this path is not for the faint of heart. There will be lonely nights. Doubt will return, dressed in new disguises. Old habits will knock at your door. But you will not answer. Because you remember what you buried. You remember what it cost you to become this version. You will not return to the grave of your former self. You've sacrificed too much to be ordinary. You've suffered too long to stay small. Now you rise with standards that terrify your former life. You are no longer seeking to fit in. You are now built to stand out. You are no longer asking if you're ready. You are the readiness. Let others doubt. Let them criticize. Let them misunderstand your transformation. That is not your concern. Your concern is the man in the mirror. Your mission is execution. Your focus is legacy. The noise of the world cannot reach a man who is locked in on purpose. Because now the battlefield is mental, and you are winning. You are stacking proof of who you are becoming. Every rep, every disciplined decision, every rejection you walk through with your head held high, it all counts. It all adds up. You are not building hype. You are building evidence. And soon even your silence will speak volumes. Soon your results will echo louder than any speech ever could. And the world will finally realize what you've known all along. You were never weak. You were just waiting to unleash who you really are. That moment has arrived. Keep going. Keep building. Keep killing the weak version every single day. And rise into the legend you were always meant to be.